get your steel and glass, what do you have to do? You got to mine your minerals, you got to get your ferrous oxide, you got to get your silica. So before you start your mining, what do? You chop the trees. So you chop the trees and use those trees. So how can I be wrong? So see, people forget that story, but I think that's very important. So I think we must create through Apr'09 a very strong and powerful body that really lock its sight on making Malaysia a top-notch country in terms of what our objectivity is, and we pursue it with all the resources that we can. And I hope you have the support of whatever it is, and I think your concept of taking 1% of FRIM's area, I think is a very good idea. But let that be only the start, right? So that from that 1%, everyone will say, wow. Then from there, we can take over a rainforest.
Thank you, Professor Chen. He has got our mind very well. We want to create that wow factor. That's where we need the model. That's where we need the brains to put in content so sexy that nobody can resist. Oh man. You know, serious. Now, I like your vision. You know, these are things that I taught for 6 years in the Senate, so I love it very much. Let me just mention to you again, to give you more added incentive to start thinking more when you go back and talk to your friends. Inspired by the visit at Brisbane, Queensland State Government declared 09 as year of creativity. Malaysia, according to the Minister and Deputy Minister, I can announce officially now, although I know for quite some time, has declared 2010 as Malaysia's year of creativity and innovation. Now, the foundation is preparing content, what to do, how to prepare the calendar to make ourselves busy in 1 January 2010 to December 2010. Who to participate? First, we want all the government ministries to participate in certain specific area. Then we engage the citizens, including you, Apr'09 members. Of course, I quickly say citizens to be short, but those who are with you, with us here today, for example, you should be the first to take up whatever things in the pipeline. So we are very much along the same line, and I'm glad you see that the first model should have a wow factor. As I say, should be sexy enough. Then we can then duplicate or rather adopt that model and extend it further. For example, I can tell you, Yang Berhormat Timbalan Menteri came 2 days ago, and he told me, oh, that proposal on Sarawak government is on. Have they contacted you? I said, no, we are going to have a meeting soon. So Sarawak is one state, basically with one program they want to we are going to have a meeting soon. The state government is going to come here, and definitely Sarawak has got land. And the rest, you know, I don't have to elaborate. This is, we just have to apply some corporate thinking, some strategic thinking, and we transform Malaysia into what you have just said. Who have that? Members of Apr'09 have that. Who have that? The expert that we gather today will do that. Who will do that? The Bamboo Forum Group, BNG, Bamboo Forum, BFG. The Bamboo Forum Group will be the core think tank, but we still invite your thoughts. Please communicate to us if you have anything else to add. So, very good. Give a clap again to all the first presenters. We are at 3:35. According to my time, we can go back, we can save at 4 o'clock if you don't have any questions to ask. But if you seem to be engaged, you can go on asking until 4:30 because I've declared that already. How's that? Fair? We are always fair, you know? So that's why I like you to be with us. Okay, open to the floor, please. 3:35. Good. Any microphone can Ramesh help to? Oh, the young people may not mind the mic. We just shout a little bit. Okay, anybody. It can be a question, just a thought, a statement, or a suggestion. As brief as you can, so that you give chance to others. Thank you. Yes, please.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I'm Faida, Malaysia in architecture in UITM. I don't have a question, but I would like to contribute something.
Sure.
I'm currently working on my PhD, and as part of the research, I had to do a lot of studies on long span construction. And I found out that for timber, you can use small and young pieces of timber together with steel connectors to effect long span construction. And I feel that for bamboo, in order to use bamboo not in furniture but in buildings, and to use it as a structural material for columns and beams and roof truss, the key thing that we have to resolve is the joints for the bamboo. And I feel that if we apply the same methodology that I've learned from my research, is that in designing effective connections for the bamboo, and this can be effected using steel connectors. I think there was one slide shown by Puan Eti Rosemary on the work by Renzo Piano. Okay, so there's something there, and there was another connection design using some screwing methodology. Okay, that kind of effectiveness in the joints. So we already have the bamboo, but I think the key problem here is designing the joints in order to make it effective as structural elements in building design. Okay, and if I may add another comment, I would also like to draw attention to the works of Shigeru Ban. He's a Japanese architect, he's an inventor and innovator. He works a lot using natural materials like paper, timber, and bamboo. So it's worthwhile looking into his works. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any comments by any members of the panel?
I think the point that you made about connectors for the bamboo is very relevant. In fact, that's the biggest issue when it comes to bamboo construction. And this is why the students at Alpha College have been looking at this particular issue. And I would like to invite you to have a look at the panels and give some feedback, I think it's through this sort of cross-fertilization of ideas, pollination of ideas, that we can expand our own intellectual resources. And I think what we have to do now as Malaysia, when you form this group, we're going to start stockpiling ideas from everybody so that we have a base to move forward. So you've got some research information. Our students have also developed certain things. So if there are certain inputs that you could share with us so that our students could expand the scope of knowledge, which could then be shared with Macri, and from Macri we do that. I think harvesting knowledge from everybody is very essential as a first step. I think let's do that, everyone.
Thank you. Anything else? Yeah. Your name and organization, please.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to everybody. My name is Bakam. I'm from UITM. I'm doing my PhD now as well. Just a few questions here. One is regarding plantation. Maybe I'm looking at